Okay, geometry folks, it's our last day of this unit, parallel and perpendicular lines. Today we're going to be constructing some of our own parallel and perpendicular lines. We're going to follow these steps. Create a second line parallel to this line that goes through G. Now G is a point, so it might be good if we went ahead and plotted that point. So that's 1, 2, -3. It's going to be right there. G. I can label it, no problem, like that. You might want to do the same on your line, on your note paper. Go ahead and label point G, -3, up 1. Now, in order to find the line, a second line, parallel to this given line, we have to know the slope. Okay, so we know that parallel lines have the same slope. So if we have the slope, then we can use that slope. And let's see, what are we going to get here? We're going to get down 2, 3, 4, down 4, over to the right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're going to get down 4, and I'm going to write that out in words. Down 4, right 5. Now this is kind of like giving someone directions. Like if we were in the store and someone asked us where something was, or if we were at high school, someone said, hey, where's counseling? We would say, okay, we'll be down the hall and turn to the right. So this parallel line needs directions. We need to know how to draw it. Now the slope of the new parallel line, I'm going to say new. Slope is going to be identical because they're parallel and they're never going to cross. So what we're going to do is we're going to start at G and we're going to apply the same slope. And what I mean by that is we are going to follow those directions from point G. So we're going to start at G and we're going to go down 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're going to go to the right 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And at that point, we're going to make a point, and they want us to call it F. So we'll put an F by it. And I know my point is kind of squiggly and messy, but it's not a big deal. Because what we're going to do, and my line is not straight, but that's okay. You can see that those two lines appear to be parallel. They both have a rise over run of -4 over 5. Now, this problem looks almost exactly identical. This is page 35, by the way. Only thing that's different is the word perpendicular. So we know that perpendicular slopes are not the same. They are negative reciprocals of each other. So if we look at this line and we plot point G, same point, -3, 1. There we go. And we're going to double check the slope, but I bet it's going to be, -4/5. So let's check. Down 2, 3, 4, over 2, 3, 4, 5 to the right. So this is still -4/5. This original line. Down 4, right 5. Now the slope, and this should say perpendicular, I'm so sorry guys, we'll put a perpendicular symbol. The slope of the perpendicular line should be the opposite sign, and the fraction should be flipped. Now, that slope is positive. So what that tells me is that we're going to go up and right instead of down and right. So we're going to start at G. We're going to go up 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we're going to go to the right 4. We only have to change one direction. And we went, instead of going down, we went up. So now this point F, if we draw a line with G as best we can, and I know in your notes you're probably doing a better job than I am, you can see that these two lines, let me grab a different color, sorry about that. You can see the 90-degree angle here. And that's important. That's important to understand that when we did the negative reciprocal slope, we ended up with a line that was perpendicular to the first one. So it really does depend on what kind of directions you follow. If you follow the same directions as the original line for the slope, you're going to get a parallel line. And if you follow the negative reciprocal directions of the first line, you're going to get a parallel line, a perpendicular line, excuse me. So sorry.